Hello everyone, in today's video we'll see what is Git and where it is used. So before going to learn about Git, I just want to show you something, okay? To give you a better understanding, suppose say I have a file in my local file system in my computer, okay? I have a file in my computer and I have some content in it. I have some text content in it. For example, this is the file, okay, hello.txt. I have some content in this, okay. So the content is learn git. It is a version control system, okay. So let me add some more thing. Used by organizations. For example, this is the text in that file. Tomorrow I feel like modifying this file, okay. I just remove the content of this file, some of the content, okay. I saved it. Now some other person come to me and he'll say, brother, I don't want this new version file. I want the old version of this file because it has lot of information in it and it is very useful, okay. Then I'll say, brother, I have already modified that file. I don't have the previous version of that file. Then he will be upset and he will go away, okay. So how to overcome this? So what I'll do is, from now onwards, to handle this situation, whenever I make any changes to this file, okay, suppose I add something here and I save it. So from now onwards I take a backup of this first file, mark it as version 1, and when I make some changes to this file, I reach this position, I reach this stage. Here this file will be of version 2. I mark this as version 2, and again when I do some more changes to this file, I reach this stage, okay, and I mark it as version 3. So I'll maintain all these versions in my local system. For example, this was my first file, right, hello.txt. Now to make some changes to this file, I first make a copy of it, okay, and I mark the first file as version 1, okay, and the second file as hello version 2. So this is version 2. Now if I open this was the first version and the second version would be this one, and I make some changes like this. I remove something, so I have version 1 and version 2 of this file. So suppose some other person comes to me and he says that I want version 1, I'll send them this file, and if they want the latest version, I'll send this file. So I have both the versions in my local system. See, so this is how I solve the problem. But suppose every day I make some changes to my file. Every day I make some changes to this file, and I have to maintain the versions of this file in my local system, okay. So for example, I make 100 changes 100 days, and every time I make a change, I make a version of this file in my local system. So how tedious it is, how hard it is to maintain, okay. And suppose if my system crashes or my hard disk fails, all these versions, all this information, all these files will get lost, okay. So to save from technical problems like system crash or hardware crash, okay, or saving our time by making a backup of the files every time, okay, we use Git. Here we have only one file. When we are working on a project or any application, we'll have thousands of files, so you can't maintain every files, every small change, making every time a version of it. It is very hard to maintain all that thing. So that's where Git shines. That is why we use Git. So Git will capture the history of the files. So it will capture the history of every file, and whenever you want you can get that file back or go to a specific version of that file and take that file to your local system or share it to someone else. So that is what Git does actually. This is the main purpose of Git. That is the main intention of Git. Now second thing is, suppose there are two developers. One is Ram, another is Mohan. So these two are developers. Now they want to work on a single project. So this is the project. Okay, this is the project. So Ram has files in his local system. He make changes. Okay, but Mohan does not have those files, but he want to work on the same project. So what they'll do, they use Git. Okay, they use Git and push all those files to the GitHub. So don't worry if you don't know what is GitHub and all those things. I'll show you in later sections. So for now, assume that GitHub is a central server where the project files have been kept. Okay, it's a hub. It's a hub where all the files are kept. Now these project files are shareable between both Ram and Mohan. They both have access to these files and they can parallelly work on the project. Ram can work on feature 1. Ram can work on feature 1 of the project, for example login functionality, and Mohan can work on feature 2, that is home page of the project application. So that is how Git is worked. Git is used between a group of developers. So everything is centralized, every change is noticed,